the players of the WNBA can't fucking stand her. Why? Because she's white. It's abject, absolute racism. It's total racism.
Caitlin Clark shuts down white privilege, critics, and shocks everyone. The basketball star Clark caused a big controversy after her comments in Time magazine got strong reactions from the sports world. Named Time's Athlete of the Year, Clark talked about her privilege as a white player in a mostly black league, leading to mixed opinions from famous sports figures. But what's really behind the backlash? Let's take a closer look. Clark said in Time magazine, "I want to say I've earned every single thing, but as a white person, there is privilege. A lot of those players in the league that have been really good have been black players. This league has been built on them. The more we can appreciate that, highlight that, talk about that, I think it's very important."
Down on your shoulders.
I feel like I always have had really good perspective on everything that's kind of happened in my life, whether that's been good, whether that's been bad. And then obviously coming to the WNBA, like I've said, I feel like I've earned every single thing that's happened to me over the course of my career. But also, I grew up a fan of this league from a very young age. Like, my favorite player was Maya Moore. Like, I know what this league was about. And like I said, like, it's only been around 25 plus years. So I know there's been so many amazing black women that have been in this league, and continuing to uplift them, I think, is very important. And
Caitlin Clark's words show she respects and understands how much black players have done for the league. By talking about privilege, she starts an important conversation about fairness and respect in sports. She reminds everyone to celebrate the hard work and talent of black players who made the league great. Her honesty and courage to talk about tough things show she's a strong leader both on and off the court. However, instead of taking her words in a positive light, some people were offended, leading to a huge controversy after she won the title. Athlete of the Year. The news is spreading across social media. Just look at what's our sport posted on Reddit. Caitlin Clark named Time's Athlete of the Year.
So Caitlin Clark of Iowa, but now playing for Indiana in the WNBA, gets honored in Time as the Athlete of the Year. I don't know. I guess they need a lot of covers or something. I mean, whatever. They just want people who are going to sell their shitty magazine. So she gets selected as Athlete of the Year. And what does Caitlin Clark do? Like, this woman who's a superstar. She's the Michael Jordan of the WNBA. And she's become a phenom.
Kelly's show panelists pointed to black NBA legends like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and LeBron James as examples of players who achieved success without discussions of privilege. Some people argued that Clark didn't need to talk about race in the league and felt it might do more harm than good. But Washington Mystics owner Sheila Johnson added fuel to the controversy by suggesting that the entire WNBA, not just Clark, should have been featured on Time magazine's cover. Johnson expressed concern that singling out Clark would increase existing jealousy within the league. Let's see what Sheila Johnson said.
I feel really bad because I've seen so many players of color that are equally as talented, and they never got the recognition that they should have. And I think right now, it is time for that to happen. So last night, we read Time magazine where Caitlin Clark was named Athlete of the Year. Why couldn't they have put the whole WNBA on that cover?
Johnson, seriously? You misses that Caitlin Clark earned this award because of her amazing skills and hard work. Her win doesn't take away from other players, but shows how great she is. This should be a chance to celebrate everyone's achievements, not tear them down. But wait, there is more. Megyn Kelly, the former news anchor, criticized Clark's comments about white privilege. On the Megyn Kelly show, she said, "You can't have it both ways. She wants the attention, she wants to be in the spotlight, and then she just wants to throw a bone to the girls who were rejected. It doesn't come as any surprise to me that they don't want her discarded bones and did nothing to appease them." Let's see what Megyn Kelly said before.
And it's their league. Hello, you don't own the league. Blacks don't own the league, just like whites don't own tennis or golf. Nobody owns the league. This is America. Anybody can play if they're good enough. But they want her on the knee. You'll bend the knee and you'll apologize for being white, and you will suck up to the black women who built this league before you, or you will be beaten. You will be assaulted, and you will be bullied with no friends. So she does it. She finally did it. She bent the knee, self-flagellated over white privilege. And look at the black women in this league. And I have to tell you, if I were a black woman in that league, I think I'd say, screw you.
The controversy has highlighted ongoing tensions in the WNBA. Stephen A. Smith defended Clark on his show, pointing out her tangible impact on the league. He emphasized how Clark's arrival coincided with significant improvements in the WNBA, including the introduction of chartered flights after 22 years of commercial travel. Smith noted the increased attendance at Indiana Fever games and improved television ratings, directly attributing these positive changes to Clark's presence. Let's see what Smith said.
You see why I had no problem with her being Times Athlete of the Year? You see why I said that she should have been on Team USA? You see why I had to go off on the likes Cheryl Swoops and others who were clearly distant and dismissive of her, no matter how much they try to deny it? There was resentment towards her, and here's why I said it was stupid.
The tough physical play Caitlin Clark has faced on the court has also sparked debate. During her rookie season, where she averaged an impressive 22.8 points per game, some fans questioned if the aggressive defense against her had racial undertones. Meanwhile, Jason Whitlock spoke out, calling for fairness and raising concerns about the injustices Clark faced. Let's see what Jason Whitlock said.
Not exaggerating. Caitlin Clark's trying to pass the ball in the first 2 minutes of the game, and this woman swats at the basketball and somehow decides to turn her hand down and her fingernails and jab them right into the eye of Caitlin Clark. No foul call. No refs stopping the game to go, is this a flagrant?
Clark's response to the physicality has remained professional. After a particularly physical game against the Las Vegas Aces, she told reporters, "I've been playing basketball my whole life. Nothing out there is going to rattle me. I respect my opponents and the passion they bring. It makes me better." Let's see what Clark said before.
Yeah, it's definitely upsetting. I don't think nobody in our league should be facing any sort of racism, hurtful, disrespectful, hateful comments and threats. Those aren't fans, those are trolls, and it's a real disservice to...
It's heartbreaking to see Clark and other athletes face this kind of hate. Trolls have no place in sports. Race and racism have become frequent talking points relating to Clark's presence and the attention it has brought to women's basketball over the last few years. The relationship between Clark and the league's established stars has been complex. Some players, including Alyssa Thomas, have criticized Clark for not doing more to address racism among her fan base. Meanwhile, others have defended her presence as beneficial for the entire league. Sports media has been a big part of this debate. The Sports Media Equity Alliance said that during the 2023 NCAA Women's Basketball Tournament, Caitlin Clark got almost twice as much media attention as other players, even though some had similar stats. This has made people talk about racial bias in how sports are covered. This issue is part of a bigger discussion about race and representation in the WNBA. The league has been shaped by the success of many black players, but Caitlin Clark's huge popularity has made people ask questions about how players are marketed and given opportunities in women's basketball. No matter what haters say, let's have a look at Clark's impressive performance.
Davis, time winding down. Are they going to get the ball up in time? Clark for the win! Yeah! She does it time and time again, the 40-piece, and walks off with the W.
Listen, this is what Caitlin Clark does, folks. Logo threes. It's her signature. That is the most Caitlin Clark way to win a game.
Despite the controversy, Clark continues to focus on her game. She's been working out with new Fever head coach Stephanie White, preparing for the upcoming season while much of the team plays abroad. This dedication to improvement demonstrates her commitment to contributing to the league's success regardless of external debates. The WNBA itself faces a delicate balancing act. While Clark's popularity has brought new attention and resources to the league, managing the resulting tensions requires careful consideration. The league must work to celebrate new stars while honoring its history and the players who built its foundation. The debate has revealed different perspectives on how to address racial dynamics in professional sports. Some argue for direct acknowledgement of privilege and systemic advantages, while others prefer to focus solely on athletic achievement and performance. Looking ahead, how Caitlin Clark handles this controversy will be important for her future in the league. If she keeps playing well and continues to discuss these sensitive topics thoughtfully, it could shape both her legacy and the future of the league. This situation shows that today's athletes have to handle not just their performance, but also how they respond to complex social issues. Caitlin Clark's experience proves that even talking about privilege can lead to strong debates and criticism from different sides. As the WNBA keeps growing, conversations about race, representation, and recognition will likely continue. The challenge for the league, its players, and its fans is to find ways to discuss these important issues while also focusing on the sport's growth and success. This controversy reminds us that progress in professional sports often means having tough conversations about race, privilege, and opportunity. How the league and its supporters handle these discussions will likely shape the future of women's professional basketball. The timing of this controversy comes at a crucial moment for women's basketball as the sport is growing rapidly. The WNBA's ability to handle these issues while continuing to rise will be key to its future development and success. From the court to the concert, Caitlin Clark and Connor McCaffrey turn heads on a double date. But who else was there will shock you. Let's take a closer look. The basketball world's brightest young stars aligned for a memorable evening as Indiana Fever's Caitlin Clark and her boyfriend Connor McCaffrey joined NBA standout Tyrese Halliburton and his girlfriend Jade Jones for a double date at Justin Timberlake's concert. The group attended Timberlake's Forget Tomorrow World Tour at Indianapolis's Gainbridge Fieldhouse, marking another high-profile appearance for Clark during the basketball offseason. Jones documented the evening through her Instagram story, sharing glimpses of the couples enjoying Timberlake's performance alongside snapshots of their stylish outfits. Clark, the 22-year-old WNBA star, turned heads with her chic off-court fashion, choosing a white long-sleeve crop top paired with high-waisted denim jeans. Her outfit blended simplicity and elegance, highlighting her effortless sense of style. Her boyfriend, McCaffrey, complemented her look perfectly, wearing a crisp white shirt layered under a tan jacket that added a casual yet polished touch. Meanwhile, NBA's two-time All-Star Halliburton caught attention with his bold choice of a black and white ensemble that confidence. His girlfriend, Jones, added her own flair to the evening, wearing a sleek and sophisticated dark-colored long-sleeve top that balanced the group's stylish appearance. Together, the group showcased a blend of modern fashion and laid-back elegance, making their outing even more memorable. This concert outing adds to Clark's growing list of high-profile appearances during the offseason. She previously made headlines with her two-day attendance at Taylor Swift's Eras Tour, demonstrating her ability to balance her professional basketball career with personal enjoyment and cultural experiences. The evening held particular significance as it brought together two of Indiana's most prominent basketball figures. Clark, who has taken the WNBA by storm with the Fever, and Halliburton, the NBA All-Star who has revitalized the Indiana Pacers, represent the future of basketball in Indianapolis. The timing of this double date coincided with a significant milestone in Clark's career. She was recently named Time Magazine's Athlete of the Year, an achievement that prompted a touching response from McCaffrey. The former Iowa Hawkeye expressed his pride and support through social media, sharing Time's cover featuring Clark with a heartfelt caption of 3 heart hands emojis. This social media gesture from McCaffrey highlighted the couple's supportive relationship, which has remained strong throughout Clark's transition from college basketball superstar to WNBA phenomenon. Their relationship, which began during their time at Iowa, has weathered the challenges of professional sports and heightened public attention. But wait, there is more. The evening showed how Clark has maintained a balance between her professional achievements and personal life. Despite the intense spotlight that follows her as one of basketball's most recognizable faces, she continues to enjoy normal activities like concert going and double dates with friends. The coupling of Clark and Halliburton at this event also symbolizes the growing synergy between the NBA and WNBA in Indianapolis. Both players have brought renewed energy and attention to their respective teams, contributing to the city's rich basketball culture. Jones's documentation of the evening through Instagram offered fans a rare glimpse into the personal lives of these athletic stars. The casual nature of their outing, from their choice of attire to their visible enjoyment of the concert, presented a relatable side to these high-profile athletes. The concert appearance comes during a period of remarkable achievement for Clark. Her selection as Times Athlete of the Year caps a transformative period in her career, marking her successful transition from college basketball to the professional ranks. This recognition places her among an elite group of athletes who have transcended their sport to become cultural icons. McCaffrey's public celebration of Clark's Time magazine honor reflects the continued support system that has helped facilitate her success. His subtle yet meaningful social media post demonstrated how their relationship has evolved from their shared basketball background at Iowa to supporting each other's individual paths in the sport.
This is not the same as what it was. Me and you, we cannot go and just walk around like nobody knows who you are. That's not the reality of the situation.
The evening served as a reminder that even as Clark continues to break records and reshape women's basketball, she maintains connections to both her personal relationships and the broader basketball community. Her ability to balance these elements while enjoying normal social activities speaks to her maturity and groundedness despite her meteoric rise to fame. This double date night represents more than just a casual evening out. It showcases how young athletes like Clark and Halliburton can maintain their personal lives while carrying the weight of being the faces of their respective leagues. Their choice to spend time together off the court also highlights the growing interconnectedness of the NBA and WNBA communities, particularly in basketball-centric cities like Indianapolis. The presence of both couples at Timberlake's concert also demonstrates the increasing cultural influence of basketball stars beyond the sport. Their attendance at high-profile entertainment events reflects the evolving role of athletes as cultural figures who bridge the worlds of sports and entertainment. As Clark continues to make her mark in the WNBA, moments like these provide valuable insight into how she balances her professional obligations with personal enjoyment. The support of McCaffrey, coupled with friendships with fellow athletes like Halliburton, creates a strong foundation as she navigates the demands of professional basketball and growing celebrity. Through this evening, fans got to see a different side of these athletes, not as competitors on the court, but as young people enjoying music, fashion, and friendship. It's these moments that help humanize sports stars and create deeper connections with their fans, while also showing that success in professional athletics doesn't preclude having a normal social life. The event also highlighted Indianapolis's growing status as a city where both NBA and WNBA stars can thrive, both professionally and personally. The presence of Clark and Halliburton at local events strengthens their connections to the community and helps build the city's reputation as a premier basketball destination.
Noah Lyles sells tickets. Noah Lyles has a storyline. Noah Lyles is the fastest man in the world. Noah Lyles is the face of USA track and field. It's the truth.
Track and field has always been a sport where athletic excellence speaks volumes, but in today's media-driven world, the story behind the athlete often carries just as much weight as their performance on the track. This fascinating dynamic was recently brought to light when world champion hurdler Grant Holloway made some remarkably candid observations about his fellow American track star Noah Lyles, sparking intense discussions within the athletics community. In a recent press conference, Holloway addressed a tweet he had posted that stated, "Noah Lyles sells tickets, but Grant Holloway does not." Rather than backtrack or soften his stance, Holloway doubled down with a series of frank statements that laid bare the reality of track and field's current landscape. His words weren't bitter or resentful. Instead, they offered a clear-eyed assessment of how star power and marketability work in modern athletics. Noah Lyles sells tickets, Noah Lyles has a storyline. Noah Lyles is the fastest man in the world. Noah Lyles is the face of USA track and field.
Everything I'm saying is not false about Noah. I'm a hurdler. I'm a world champion. Noah Lyles and I have the same exact resume. Actually, we don't. I have a silver, he has a bronze, but I think between like that, we both have Olympic medals, we both have world titles, but Noah is more so in the limelight. He does a sexy event. I know what event I do, and I think I'm fully capable of doing what Noah's is doing, but Noah Lyles has a storyline. He's trying to do something that hasn't been done, I think, since Tyson Gay, Allison Felix type of era. So they're going to push that, and I don't have a problem with it. But like my thing is it's unfair sometimes when you have athletes that run the 400.
Holloway stated matter-of-factly. What makes these comments particularly intriguing is that they come from an athlete who shares a similarly impressive competitive resume with Lyles. Both men are world champions, both have Olympic medals. Holloway with a silver, Lyles with a bronze, yet their public profiles couldn't be more different. The contrast becomes even more striking when examining their recent achievements. Holloway has dominated the hurdles event, establishing himself as one of the most consistent performers in track and field. Meanwhile, Lyles has captured public imagination with his pursuit of sprinting excellence and his larger-than-life personality. Holloway's observations extend beyond simple ticket sales. He acknowledges that Lyles possesses something that can't be manufactured, a compelling narrative. Noah has a storyline, Holloway explained. He's trying to do something that hasn't been done since the Tyson Gay, Allison Felix type of era. This recognition of the power of narrative in modern sports demonstrates Holloway's sophisticated understanding of the athletics business landscape. But perhaps the most revealing aspect of Holloway's comments came when discussing the upcoming Netflix Sprint documentary. While many athletes might jump at the chance for increased visibility, Holloway's response was characteristically direct. "I don't want to be involved at all. I, like everybody knows, I like to keep my life private. What you see on the track is the only thing you get from me." This stance presents a fascinating counterpoint to the modern assumption that all athletes should strive for maximum media exposure. The dynamics between these two American track stars highlight a broader transformation within track and field. The sport is no longer just about who crosses the finish line first. It's about who can